Welcome back, strangers. I'm Ethan with The Strangest. Have you ever been out in the woods or the wilderness and felt like you weren't alone, that there was something out there watching you? You never saw it for sure, but what if you had? Today we're going to be discussing the strangest encounters with unknown creatures in the woods. Louisiana's swampland is home to its own unique population of Bigfoot, known as the Honey Island Swamp Monsters, or the Louisiana Wookiees, because of their resemblance to Chewbacca. Stories of those who've encountered the beasts come from nearly every parish in the state and have endured over many generations. A local legend tells of a train wreck during the early 20th century. The train was carrying a traveling circus, and from it, a group of chimpanzees escaped into the Louisiana swampland, where they became wild swamp dwellers that supposedly interbred with the local alligator population. The first recorded encounter with a Honey Island swamp monster was when retired air traffic controller Harlan Ford witnessed the strange beast in 1963. He described it as being 7 feet tall, with gray hair, large yellow or red eyes, and accompanied by a disgusting smell. The horrible smell permeates the air long after the creature is gone, like its cousin, the skunk ape from Florida. A few years later, researchers found large footprints that they thought could belong to the swamp monster. The unusual prints had 4 webbed toes. In 1974, the monster gained national fame after Harlan Ford and his friend Billy Mills claimed to have found more strange footprints in the area, as well as the body of a boar whose throat had been gashed. Ford continued the hunt for the creature for the next 6 years. After his death in 1980, a reel of Super 8 film of the creature was allegedly found among his belongings at his home. Some say the Honey Island swamp monsters are actually a group of feral humans, while others believe the legend that the creature is the product of a love affair between a chimpanzee and an alligator. Whatever their beginnings, fear of encountering the swamp monster keeps both sportsmen and tourists on the edge of their seat as they pass through Louisiana's murky swamps. What do you think the creature is, strangers? Monster, myth, or a group of feral humans? In the northeast United States, there's a story about unknown woods people, or man-o-woods. When you're driving along a road next to some woods and catch a glimpse of what looks like a person in the corner of your eye, but when you look back, it's gone, then you may have encountered a man-o-woods. They are masters of camouflage and can feel when someone looks at them. They immediately stand still so you don't sense any movement from them. It's speculated that they wear bark, moss, and grasses to blend in with nature. They are humanoid creatures, but extremely simple-minded, barely verbal. They're very small and usually avoid contact with civilization. No one knows exactly where they live or congregate, but they migrate often, moving on if there's too much activity or people around them. The man-o-woods are peaceful people, and sometimes can be found on local farms where they will do simple chores at night or in secret off in the distance. They may sweep a barn floor or stack some wood, but anything more complex is beyond them. They'll do it in exchange for not being bothered and letting them sleep in the barn, or for some bread and vegetables that are left out for them. They've never been known to steal, kill animals, or livestock. They are honest creatures who will not outstay their welcome and will leave as soon as they are no longer wanted. Have you encountered a man-o-woods or left them some food in exchange for some small chores around your house? They kind of remind me of Smurfs. What do you think? The Aiju is a strange beast that lives in the forests of Japan. It is larger than a human and looks like a combination of a monkey and bear. It has long tufts of hair on its head and its entire body is covered in fur. According to local legend, you shouldn't be scared if you encounter the creature while hiking in the woods. Instead, you should offer it any food you have, and it will most likely repay you by carrying your heavy backpack up or down the trail. Porters in the Shigo province would encounter the creature and would often share their lunch with it. The beast was always friendly and delighted for a share of their food. Before disappearing back into the forest, it would carry their entire workload down to the edge of the forest right before the porter's station. Strangers, would you share your lunch with the Aiju if you encountered the strange beast in the forest, or would you be too terrified? In Scandinavian folklore, Mylings are the ghostly incarnations of souls of unbaptized children that are forced to roam the earth until they can persuade someone to bury them properly. They were killed by their mothers and hidden, sometimes drowned at home or left out in the woods or under the floor of their homes. They are the unwanted and rejected children. Mylings will often scream out and cry for help or attention. but be careful if you hear one. They are dangerous and often kill those who they encounter. They like to sing out at night, hoping to be heard and reveal their mother's crime. Mylings will target lone travelers in the night and jump on their backs and demand to be taken to a graveyard. You can help them by giving them a name or locating their corpse and give them a proper burial in holy soil. Mylings are believed to be one of the most menacing types of ghosts in Scandinavian folklore. They are enraged spirits that seek revenge. They are thought to be enormous and continue to grow larger until they finally reach the hallowed grounds of a cemetery. If you are unable to help a Myling find the peace they seek, then they will kill you in a violent rage. The dark legends surrounding Mylings are believed to come from the practice of abandoning unwanted children during the old days. Children born out of wedlock or to parents that couldn't support them would be left in the woods or other remote places until they died. These unfortunate babies would be denied baptisms and not given a proper burial. They could not rest peacefully and would return to the dwelling of their killer to torment those who are so quick to discard their innocent and helpless souls. The Dobhar-chu is a creature from Irish folklore that resembles a combination of a dog and otter. It is sometimes referred to as the king otter or waterhound. It is believed to be found in isolated lakes and rivers along the Irish countryside. The creature has a long body that is covered in thick fur. It is large and almost looks heavyset, but it can move very fast on both land and in water. They are very aggressive towards dogs and humans. They like to hunt in groups. Be careful if you see one because they say another one isn't far behind. This sea dog will hunt its prey through water and onto land. Sightings of the Dobhar-chu have been reported since ancient times, but most modern experts believe the creature is either a myth or it has long since gone extinct. A grave in Conwall Cemetery claims that the woman's grave it marks was a victim of the lake beast. It claims that the woman was washing her clothes down by the lake when her husband heard her scream, but by the time he reached her, she was already dead and the Dobhar-chu was still standing over her mutilated corpse. Her husband managed to attack the monster and stab it in the heart. The creature cried out as it died, causing another beast to emerge from the lake and attack the new widower. Again, he managed to slay the second creature, but sightings of the waterhound still continue to this day. Would you walk alone along the rivers and lakes in the Irish countryside?
Thanks for watching, strangers. Which creature would you not want to encounter in the woods? Which one was your favorite? I personally would love to run into an Aiju. That alone would be worth a trip to Japan, as long as the Myling stayed in Sweden or the other Scandinavian countries. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new and you want to see more, and hit the bell button so you never miss out on my new videos. And as always, stay strange.